MMA Inside the Cage, brought to you by Advanced Sports Labs. Expedite your blood work today at advancedsportslabs.com.
Welcome to MMA Inside the Cage, bringing the world of mixed martial arts straight to you. I'm your host, Cyrus Fees. Next to me, a legend that will never retire, Mr. Casey Oxendine.
Well, brother, I'll never fade away. And just like this Hunter MMA t-shirt I got on, which incidentally, looking at 40 washes strong.
Whoa, 40 washes strong? You've only had that thing for 2 weeks, man.
Yeah, but I'm a clean boy. And brother, you know, between that and Nate Jolly's hot tub parties, the water bill is through the roof.
Hot tub parties?
Yeah, hot tub parties.
Ooh, okay, well, we're just getting this show started. Wow, started off with a bang there, right? 3 big fights tonight, and we're going to go live via satellite with Lion Fight promoter Scott Kent as he readies for battle and the Battle for the Desert 4 on November 19th. That's going to be huge. Of course, we usually talk about international MMA partner, but we're going to talk about Zuffa. We're going to talk about UFC 137, and not only did Nick Diaz and BJ Penn have a war, Nick Diaz dismantled BJ Penn, we have 2 legends that are retiring after this fight, supposedly. That's what they're saying, and that is Mirko Cro Cop, BJ Penn. Talk about these 2 amazing fighters and what happened post-fights.
Well, nothing can be said enough about BJ Penn. I mean, he's one of the greatest fighters that's ever lived, but I don't think he's gone for good. You know, he was even talking back with Nick Diaz behind the scenes, and they were talking, and he's like, I'll be back, and I'm sure BJ Penn will be back. Cro Cop, I don't know if he's going to be back in the UFC for a little bit. I, for one, am hoping for the big rematch between Fedor and Cro Cop, maybe over at M1 Global. Yeah. And that's what we were talking about before. I mean, 2 guys that are on a bit of a losing streak, but if you put them back together, you might see a revitalization.
Man, some fireworks anyways, man. I think it could be big pay-per-view numbers for M1 Global. Well, let's talk about Cro Cop. Let's just say he does hang it up because, he has kind of fallen apart a little bit. His game's definitely fallen off to the wayside a little bit. Where does he rank all time of the heavyweights in MMA?
Man, Cro Cop, popularity-wise, there was a time period where, he was top 10, definitely. Top 5, he did vie for the title against Fedor that one time. Mm-hmm. I think he was a great character, and he brought a lot to the sport. But I hope he's not done. I think that there is a place for him, just like there's a place for Fedor. Still exciting, maybe just not with Zuffa.
I think that's all right. Well, talking about this press conference, man, after 137, it got a little bit crazy. Dana announced that Nick Diaz will get the next title shot in February against GSP. It's kind of like Nick Diaz mania right now, man. He kind of came out of nowhere. He's always been there. A lot of MMA fans always knew about Nick Diaz, how good he really was. But now everybody liked Nick Diaz. He's kind of that rebel figure. Yeah. Talk about Nick Diaz and kind of how his popularity is shooting through the roof right now.
Well, I think he's just a real fighter. I mean, he comes out not to win on points. He doesn't come out to throw the flair. He goes out to win the fight because he just loves to fight, man. You watch him what he did with Paul Daly. You watch what he did to Frank Shamrock. Even Scott Smith. Scott Smith's not one of the top fighters in the world, but a very, very tough fighter, and usually doesn't go down the way he went down to Nick Diaz in round 1. Nick Diaz really, really knows how to use the mental prowess of the game, break his opponents, and that's very, very exciting.
You think he could take out GSP?
I'll definitely be pulling for him to beat GSP in this fight. Not because I don't respect GSP, but he's been on top of the heap for a while. He's taken a lot of criticism for the way he's fighting. He's fighting very mechanically. He knows how to score the points, but that's not what the fans want. What Nick Diaz is doing is what the fans want. And you know what? When this fight happens, win, lose, or draw for Nick Diaz, he's going to make a great fight for GSP, which is something that nobody's been able to do for the last 3 or 4 of GSP's bouts.
That's very, very true, man. Only time will tell on this one. Now, our first fight of the night comes from PXC, Pacific Extreme Combat, out of Guam. They've been great here on MMA Inside the Cage. They just had a monster event, PXC 27, and we can't wait to bring you the highlights from that fight. Check out PacificExtremeCombat.com for more information and their upcoming events. This one is a crazy fight, and it is your first fight featuring your MMA Inside the Cage Punch of the Week.
As a professional fighter, there's a lot of things that I need to be concerned about. I need to be concerned about my opponent. I need to worry about my fans. I don't want to have to be concerned about my blood work. That's why I go to Advanced Sports Labs and I get my blood work done in an affordable manner. They get it done fast. They send it to the commission, they send it to the promoter, and they send it to me, so I have peace of mind knowing that everything's done properly.
As a promoter, they've taken away the headache of trying to get the blood work and get the results to the state. They have streamlined the process, and they do it at a great, affordable rate for the fighter and for the promotion.
Expedite your blood work today at AdvancedSportsLabs.com.
UFC Africa 11, Iano versus Shabab for the lightweight title. Potts versus Fonsale for the heavyweight title. 10 November, Coca-Cola Dome. Book now at CompuTicket or watch it live at EFCAfrica.com.
MMA Inside the Cage, brought to you by Advanced Sports Labs.
Welcome back to MMA Inside the Cage. Round 2 action. Cyrus Fees alongside Casey Ox tonight. Well, when it comes to combat sports, it's hard to find a more exciting sport than Muay Thai kickboxing. Lion Fight Promotions is one of the nation's biggest and best companies, and they're gearing up for the Battle in the Desert 4 on Saturday, November 19th, live from the Hard Rock Casino in Las Vegas, Nevada. Let's go live to Scott Kemp, promoter of Lion Fight Promotions. Welcome to MMA Inside the Cage, Scott.
Thanks for having us again.
Now, we've had the pleasure of having one of your fights on the show, and Casey and I love the action. We love the big KOs, and you certainly don't disappoint with Lion Fight.
Well, Muay Thai, just by the nature of the event, with the elbows and the knees and the kicks, a very high percentage of our fights end up in knockouts.
Well, Scott, as you know, Muay Thai has been popular all across the world, much like soccer. But here in the States, you know, it really hasn't picked up that mainstream following. What was your motivation to really, get out there and get that niche for Muay Thai here in the United States?
Yeah, I don't know if it's because it wasn't promoted right or the time just wasn't right. I think it would have been very difficult 10 years ago to promote Muay Thai full rules with the knees and the elbows like we do now. I think organizations like the UFC and the rise of MMA have helped desensitize people a bit to that. And that's why we feel this is the perfect time for Muay Thai to explode and catch up with the rest of the world.
Well, Lion Fight is sure growing, Scott, and nothing shows it more than this next event, the Battle in the Desert 4 on November 19th. Talk about the move and this epic event.
We're thrilled to be at the joint at the Hard Rock Hotel in Las Vegas. It is a perfect venue for the type of event that we're doing. We have an international brand in the Hard Rock, and we're trying to do that with our sponsors also, tap into that international appeal. But to have the Hard Rock as the home of Lion Fight Promotions, it's an amazing accomplishment for us, having only been in business for a year, essentially.
Well, as you know, we had Elena Maxwell here in the studio with us just a month ago. She was talking about her fight with Roxy Richardson and how excited she was to have that. Scott, tell us a little bit about, the women fighters that are involved in this event and, how they bring it and what we should expect from that matchup.
Well, I alluded to my partner, Christine Toledo, a former WBC champ, and part of our agreement was that we'd always have at least one female fight on all of our cards. And on this particular card, we have two. We have two pros and two amateur fights, which will feature some of the best Muay Thai ladies out there. They train as hard as the guys, they fight as hard as the guys, and I think being able to see the technical skill of these ladies fight will really impress even a casual fight fan come November 19th.
Well, we can't wait to see what happens Saturday, November 19th, Scott, and I understand you have another fight for us here on MMA Inside the Cage. Who's throwing down in this one?
This is a fight from our last card. It's Johnny Parsons, a local fighter, who will also be on this card. He's an amazing fighter. He's got a huge upside and one of the folks that we're looking for big things from in the future.
Well, here it is, your second fight right here on MMA Inside the Cage.
Fighting from Master Chan as well, correct?
Yes, Master Chan is a traditional Thai fighter from Thailand.
And he starts off, Parsons throwing some combinations, and Eduardo is throwing a lot of kicks, which is real good.
That front teep kick has been made famous in a lot of different bouts as of late.
As of late, yes. But it's so funny because we see it all the time in Muay Thai, and it's just been, let's say, introduced into the world of MMA. He's using the teep kick really well.
It's almost defensive. He's taking away that kick from his opponent.
Yes, that's the beauty of the teep kick. You can use the front leg as defense and the back leg as offense. Good uppercut, yeah. They're in the clinch with the nice knees. What you see he's trying to do is spin him around so that he can go to knees. Beautiful. Again, another teep kick. Now he's doubling up with a round kick. That was beautiful.
And notice that Parsons is looking for that sweep. He's looking to kick the leg out from under him. What would be the purpose for that? Is it to slow the bout down?
Slow it down. After taking the kick in the back leg when you're kicking, that hurts.
Nice kick to the body.
Yeah, it's a nice kick to the body. But that really hurts. And what Parsons is doing, he's standing directly in front of him. I would like to see him move around to the side so that he can make, add some combinations and get those punches and kicks in. There you go, beautiful uppercut. And he followed it with a hook. Beautiful.
Alvarado's really switching it up here.
Oh,
he's got
see,
caught by another uppercut.
That uppercut hit him again.
Left hand from Parsons.
Yeah, and there you have Parsons with a teep of his own. Well, now I'd like to see how he changes both fighters, if they change up or if they expand on what they've been doing. Again, they're right back at trying to take those legs. It appears to me that Parsons is a better boxer. Yes, that's true. That's what he's been waiting for all night, and he got it very easily. But it appears to me he's a better boxer, so he should use his hand combinations to get him in.
How do those score, Anthony? The trips.
The trips score as a knocking a person's balance off and taking them, making them not get set. It scores, but it isn't like a knockdown per se. It's just a trip.
Nice left hand from Parsons.
Yeah.
Uppercut again. Seems like that Alvarado is interested in taking more of the shots, but more of those kicks. But Parsons is looking to check those.
Yeah, and you see how he jumped in there with that lead jab. If he follows that jab with a kick, he'll be great. And he just hit him with a front teep kick high up to the face. Again, the jab is right there. Now follow it with a cross. I tell you, a body shot is something they haven't been throwing, but body shots work. There you go, a nice body shot.
Oh, Alvarado follows up with that nice shot there to the head.
And that's a lot out of fatigue as well. Good teep. Another teep. Oh. Beautiful. The teep is working. It looks like Parsons is a lot more busy in this fight, and he's dominating here at the end of the fight. Again, he's just throwing combinations and letting his hands go. Beautiful fight. Excellent. Excellent. Good fight.
Great example of what's to come here tonight with Lion Fight Promotions. Battle in the Desert 3. Johnny Parsons, very confident that he's going to get this win.
Definitely. I mean, both of them were fighting real well. Both of them were going after each other. Both of them were throwing combinations. It came down to a matter of conditioning. And look at this. He's just going. He's just throwing. It's the end of the fight. He's got to keep going. Everything he has, he's just letting it go.
3 rounds of action. We go to our scorecards. Judge Jimmy Bice scored the bout 29-28. And judges Steve Pellegrino and Mallory Triplett scored the bout 30-27. All for the winner by unanimous decision, Johnny Parsons.
Johnny Parsons is the winner. Excellent. Excellent call. I had it 2 rounds to 1. Very good fight. Very good fight.
As a professional fighter, there's a lot of things that I need to be concerned about. I need to be concerned about my opponent. I need to worry about my fans. I don't want to have to be concerned about my blood work. That's why I go to Advanced Sports Labs, and I get my blood work done in an affordable manner. They get it done fast. They send it to the commission, they send it to the promoter, and they send it to me, so I have peace of mind knowing that everything's done properly.
As a promoter, they've taken away the headache of trying to get the blood work and get the results to the state. They have streamlined the process, and they do it at a great, affordable rate for the fighter and for the promotion.
Expedite your blood work today at AdvancedSportsLabs.com.
Are you ready, America? Then let's get it on with Fight Now TV. Your front row seat, 7 days a week to experience all the hard-hitting action, news, and entertainment from around the fight world. From world-class boxing events. Here we go, the main event! To mixed martial arts showdowns and other combat sports matchups. Here we go! Fight Now TV delivers the hits and more. Fight Now TV also offers unrivaled access to the fighters and insiders who make the fight game happen around the globe. As we go from the training camps to the weigh-ins, press conferences to the matchups, Fight Now TV is there before and after every belt. Fight Now TV also features original series found only on Fight Now.
There you have it. Stop on by.
It's time, fight fans. Your channel has arrived. All the fights, all the names, all the action. Call your television provider and tell them you want to get it on with Fight Now TV.
MMA Inside the Cage, brought to you by Advanced Sports Labs.
Welcome back to MMA Inside the Cage, third round action, and as promised, we've added another great international organization to the fold, straight out of Thailand. Dare Championship is the #1 organization in the country, and they're making some serious waves worldwide. Some of the most exciting fights you're going to see, partner. Great stuff, and no surprise, man, that's the motherland of Muay Thai fighting right there.
Man, for thousands of years, these guys have been throwing down in the Thai ring. Now they've decided to take it to the cage for the first time ever, and actually see these tough Thai fighters go at it in mixed martial arts rules. So it's very, very entertaining.
Oh, it's cool, man. They're actually bringing in international fighters too. I mean, but yeah, they really focus on those Thai fighters, and they're real talented, man. Some of the best fights that they had in their first two events have been featuring the homegrown Thai fighters.
Right. Well, those guys beat each other up, but at the same time, you know, there are a lot of BJJ and wrestling camps that have sort of implanted themselves into the Thai camps over there, and so you've seen the evolution there in Thailand into MMA. You know, so and that's what we're going to take a look at. Not just you know, beating each other up on the feet, but you're seeing some submissions. You're seeing good ground and pound. So you know, it's very exciting.
Oh man, it's good stuff. It's tournament based actually, and the winner of each weight class shares a $1 million prize. That's big time money, partner. Especially for these fighters, man. To get $1 million on the table is pretty impressive.
Man, $1 million any way you cut it is big time deal. You know, you're hard pressed to find any event in the world that's going to offer that kind of money. But these guys are doing it.
That's true, man. The first two events went without a hitch, and now Dare will be partnering up with ONE FC, the mega company out of Asia. They're going to be doing stuff with them as well. The Asian scene is really starting to rebuild, Casey. You know, you had so many great Japanese organizations back in the day, and they're still doing their thing, but not in quite the level they used to, you know, when Pride was like running rampant. Talk about that, man. Asia getting MMA back again.
Well, that's what I'm talking about here with MMA Inside the Cage. We are all about the international fights, man. You know, a lot of this stuff has been growing for a number of years, but they don't get the coverage, especially here in the States. Now, through this television show and, you know, and a number of other promotions, man, you're getting to see it now. You know, first it was M1 Global, then EFC Africa,
sure.
And now we're seeing this. We're seeing Dare and a lot of other events all across Asia and across the globe.
I think it's good stuff, man. Well, due to the floods in Bangkok, Dare has rescheduled its third event till January 7th, 2012. It's going to be called Dare 112, and it will be broadcasted on www.darelive.tv so everybody can watch it. The same place where you have some awesome video on-demand content. You got to check it out. That's darelive.tv. Well, it's time to get to our main event of the week, and it comes straight from the Dare Championships. You guys are going to love this. It's right here on MMA Inside the Cage.
Just landed a couple shots there.
Nice little jab there too by Hodge. I mean,
both 1-2 by the Slayer. Both men looking to play. Oh, and another 1-2 from Hodge.
Slayer looked more entertained by that jab than anything. But here you go. Let's stand and throw blows.
Oh, with a kick to the side. The side kick and the takedown. Stuffed.
Completely stuffed. And he's going to receive some back. But he pulls guard.
Yep. And I think if he's smart, he'll just have him stand up because he looks, Hodge's looking tired right now.
Good sportsmanship shown by both guys.
Oh! A big right by Hodge. Oh!
Victor the Slayer showing his chin, though.
Yeah,
It didn't even seem to phase him.
And Hodges showing some heart.
Goes for that high kick.
Oh, he's
getting some hammer fists into the head, but Hodges looks like he would be able to just twist his back and pull that guard, but he seems to be staying on his side.
Yeah, he's exhausted. He's exhausted, and I can see that. I hope he gets a second wind.
Slayer looking to bring those knees around and get that full side control. Now going for the mount.
Halfway through the fight here, and he's going for
Wouldn't be surprised if Slayer wants him to stand up. But he'll go for a tee off.
He missed there. Punch to the solarplex.
Now he goes for that
burst it and took his back. I don't know if he was playing possum there or what, but
that is what it could have been. Like, he could have been playing possum, just looking for him to come in.
That or he's getting his second win.
Either way, you know Hodges is still looking for these submissions. I mean, he's keeping his back down on that mat.
We'll look for the referee to stand it up here.
Slayer looking to get win too. Oliver Coste, our referee in charge of the action, doing a great job of standing them up. But you can see he's getting up slow.
Yeah, he's getting up real slow.
Some of the boys in the audience.
Slayer just landed a big right again. Nice knee and dropped him by Hodja. Goes into side mount, and he's got a choke in. He's got a rear choke in. He's looking to get his hooks in.
Wow, that was unexpected.
He's got his right hook in, and he's almost got the rear choke. This would be a big upset if Hodja pulls this off.
Huge upset.
And he's got the choke in, and he's got it tight. He's looking to tap, and he taps. Oh my God!
Advanced Sports Labs is always a great experience. You go in, you get your blood drawn, they take care of all the paperwork for you, they send your results to the commission and to the promoter, so I can just focus on being a professional fighter and getting on the fight.
Advanced Sports Labs. Expedite your blood work today at advancedsportslabs.com.
UFC Africa 11, Iano versus Shabab for the lightweight title. Potts versus Fonsale for the heavyweight title. 10 November, Coca-Cola Dome. Book now at CompuTicket or watch it live at EFCAfrica.com.
MMA Inside the Cage, brought to you by Advanced Sports Labs.
Well, it's time to close this one out, and it seems like every episode, Casey has something he wants to get off his chest right at the end of every episode. So I gave you your own segment. It's called Curtain Call. Casey, a lot of people are talking about this Jamie Varner-Nate Jolly fight. A lot of people have a lot to say online. What do you say about that, brother?
Well, I say thank you so much to the XFC and John Prisco for taking us down there, all the great accommodations. It was a great event. And also props to Jamie Varner. He is a great athlete. We always said this. We really got behind hyping this fight. And, Jolly went down there to do business. He put it all on the line. And, he's ready to keep rocking. And we're just glad to be a part.
No doubt about it. Well, there you go. Check us out on Facebook. Like us, and then follow us on Twitter at MMAITC. And for questions or sponsorships, email us at MMAinsidethecage@gmail.com. I'm Cyrus Fees.
And I'm Casey Oxendine.
And we'll see you next week.
Inside the Cage.